Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel.
We're the Dawnties.
My name's Rochelle.
I'm your favorite Donna.
And today we're going to talk about our favorite books of 2025.
That was a long time ago.
So I know this is a month or so late, but we want to talk about our favorite books because we found some really great books in 2025, and only half of mine are actual releases from 2025. I have a couple of backlist ones that I got around to that I loved. So, where do you want to start?
All right, well, let's start with the new...
Okay, first of all, are these in any order?
No.
Okay.
The new one from Karen Slaughter.
Oh, we are all guilty here.
Oh, this is a good book.
Yes, it is.
This is a good one. I really enjoyed this one.
And this is, I don't know, is it horror or thriller? It's a detective thriller?
I'd say thriller.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say thriller. And I'm not going to get into any details. Y'all know I don't get into any details. I just really liked it. It was cool. And yeah, everybody's guilty.
Yeah, and it's a thick book too, but it's so good. I read it as well. Really enjoyed it.
Yep.
All right, so the first one I want to talk about, mine are also not in any order except for my number one book. So I will leave that for last. But Hitchhikers by Chevy Stevens. This is a book that I just randomly came across this author. And I was like, you know what? I've heard some great things about this author's books. Let me read the new release. Oh my gosh. This is about this couple who is basically going on an RV trip. And at one of the campsites that they're at, they run into this much younger couple who is pregnant with their first kid. And they look like they're struggling. They need help. So they end up inviting this younger couple onto their RV and to take them, wherever they're going next and to help them. But they are not what they seem.
Of course not.
There are some things, and I think the girl, she's like 18 or 19, like really young. There are some things that they're running from, and so they're trying to be hitchhikers without being obvious hitchhikers. So things unravel, and the way this book went, it was so adrenaline pumping, and I could not put it down. I absolutely adored this book, so much so that I ended up reading several books from this author, from his backlist. I think it's a he. From her backlist. And really enjoyed what I've read so far. So I will be reading more from this author in the future.
Alright.
Oh, and it's thriller with some horrific elements in it. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. And y'all have heard me talk about this one back when we were still doing videos.
Oh, yeah.
But Grady Hendrix, Witchcraft. God damn it.
Try again.
Grady Hendrix, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls.
Yes.
I really enjoyed this one. I've already gone into great detail about this one. I think some people, you either really love it or you really hate it.
Yeah.
The witchcraft part of it is not what I enjoyed.
And it's not what you think. It's actually not, even though it's in the title, it's not a huge
part of the book.
It's all about the wayward girls.
It's all about the wayward girls and all of that stuff. But I really did enjoy this one.
Well, and Grady Hendrix is one of your favorite horror authors.
Yes.
So, we've really enjoyed stuff that he's done. So, this is technically categorized as horror, but it is very slow paced.
It does have a lot of body horror.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So, but yeah, I really like this one. It was good.
All right.
Okay.
All right. My next one is When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. That's a spoiler, so I'm going to cut that out. So this is really the only thing I can tell you about this book is the basic opening premise. So we're following this wannabe actress who's really struggling in life. She's working at this restaurant, I think. When she's going home, she sees this little boy, 5 or 6 years old, who needs help. He's crying, so she's like, what's wrong? Basically, he's running away from his father, who she assumes is, abusive of some sort. And so, basically, they run away together. And
it's an adventure.
It is quite the adventure. He is a horror author. I have read 3 books from him in total so far. And this one was very memorable. A lot of scenes that I can't talk about because they're spoilers. But just know that this book is not what it seems. Whenever you first go into it, it goes to places you never would expect. It was a very fun read, and I made my little sister read this recently, and she loved it. So that is one of my favorites.
All right, Rachel Harrison, Play Nice. I like this one. I like Rachel Harrison's work. This was one of my favorite of Rachel Harrison. I like this one better than Cackle. I think Cackle. Yes. This one is about a family, and one of the parents dies, and they go back to the house, but the family has been there was like a divorce or something, so all the kids grew up with one parent.
And not the one who dies.
Other parent dies, and then they go back to the other parent's house, and they start remembering things from their childhood before the divorce and stuff. And I really liked it. It was good.
Yeah, and I think this one, out of all of her books, leans more horror.
Yeah.
So, like, all of her books are technically horror, but they're very light horror. Mm-hmm. I think this is the most hard-hitting in horror, but even still, it's very mild. The horror elements of it, but it's basically a haunted house or a possessed house or something.
Something's going on in that house.
It's good. I liked it. All right. My next favorite book, or one of my top 5 favorites, is a Kristen Hanna backlist. This is called Firefly Lane. And I've been wanting to read this for a couple of years now, and I know it is a limited series on Netflix, which I do want to watch. I'm very excited to see what that's all about. But essentially, this is a story of 2 people who grew up being best friends, and essentially the span of their life. Think Beaches, right?
Okay, yeah.
They're very similar. It's solely about their friendship over the years, the ups and downs, the things that life takes them on, the different tracks that they go on, and how they come back together to be friends.
Is one of them the other one's hero? Did you ever know you're my hero?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I will say I did cry.
Oh, you always cry.
Kristen Hanna, I have not read a book of hers. I've read like 5 or 6 by now. Every single one of them have made me cry. So I usually read just one a year because they are so emotionally hard-hitting. And this one was so fantastic. I think this is my favorite from her, which is very hard to rank her books because I love them all. But I think I love the best friend aspect of this, and not so much heavy on war or like the Great Depression or things that her other books are surrounded by. So I was very happy to get to this, and I absolutely loved it.
All right. Another one that both of us read and loved. Super enjoyed.
Well, I mean, there's
Sunrise on the Reaping. This is Haymitch's story, y'all.
Yes.
And if you, you've already read the other ones. You already know the ending. But you forget. You get so involved in this book that you forget the ending. And you're like you're living it with Haymitch and the people that are in his games.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this one.
So before I read this one, I did read the original trilogy again, and we watched the movies as well. We borrowed them from the library because we can't find them on streaming anywhere. But she did this so well because it is so like. It aligns with everything that we already know from the other books. Mm-hmm. And it's so interesting to see all the characters from his games and get to know his family and the people around him when he was a young kid.
And people that are in the 3 books that we know, seeing them earlier and going, oh, that's so-and-so.
Yeah. I am so excited for this movie. I did read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Did not watch the movie. I had no interest. But this one I am dying to see. I cannot wait until the end of this year when we can go see it.
I don't care about Snow's story.
No.
I don't care.
All right. Another one of my top 5 favorite books is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. This is a book I read last January. And I was like, this is going to be my top books of 2025. I already know it. This is a backlist book as well. First of all, I love the cover. So if you aren't aware, this is, I don't know if it's sci-fi or fantasy.
It's a little bit of mix of both.
Yeah, it reads like literary fiction. But there are some sci-fi or fantasy elements with time travel. So we're following this guy who finds out there is a portal that will take him back in time, and he is talking with somebody who owns like a diner or a cafe in town, who is really trying to stop the assassination of JFK in 1963. Hence the title.
Imagine if that had never happened.
Where would we be now? What would the world look like today if that one event did not happen? So
would it look like it does now?
So he basically has been trying several times. So then he gets involved with this guy who's much younger, getting him to understand what this portal is, what it does to his growth as a person, like his biology, how long he's gone, and how that affects him whenever he does come back. And just basically warning him what he's trying to do and the reasons why. So we're following this guy who is on this mission to stop the assassination. It is very good. I absolutely devoured this, even though it's 600 something pages. I mean, it's over 800 pages.
It's a big one.
But this is also a mini series that we watched on like Tubi or one of the free ones. But now I think it's on...
I think it's on Hulu.
On Hulu?
I think so.
So it is a really good series as well. James Franco plays the main character in the miniseries, and we really loved it. So I would highly recommend watching it if you don't want to read a 900-page book. But great story.
The book's good.
Of
book's
course,
good.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is something that has taken up my life. Okay? It has taken over my life. Are you ready?
Dun dun dun!
God damn it, Donut.
Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. Wow, had this book blew up in 2025?
Yeah. And I have read 6 of the 7 that are out. And we have the audiobooks for all of them.
It's the only way to read it.
You have to do the audiobook for this one.
Unfortunately, it's only available on Audible, all of them. But I would highly recommend doing it. So good.
You know how I used to fall asleep to true crime podcasts?
Yeah. Do you not anymore?
No. I listen to Carl every night now. I just go through all the books again.
All right, so explain the main premise of the setup of this 8-book series.
Okay, so basically it's a role-playing game, reality TV show type
competition,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's...
first of all, it is sci-fi. This is hardcore sci-fi.
Yes.
But it's fun.
But basically what happens is somebody comes in and just wipes out all of Earth. Completely wipes it out. Anybody, and it starts in like the state of Washington. So anybody that is outside, that is not inside of a building at like 2 o'clock in the morning, Washington state time, is automatically given the opportunity to go into this tunnel, because all the buildings that people were sleeping in and stuff were just flattened.
Yeah, which is why you survived if you were not inside of a building.
If you were in the building, boom.
You're dead. You're gone.
But if you were outside, then this little stairway pops up, and it's light, and it's warm, and you have the opportunity to go down these stairs. If you go down those stairs, you are automatically a dungeon crawler.
And you're entered into this role-playing game that turns out to be a reality TV show competition for
the whole
aliens.
Universe.
For aliens from other planets.
It's crazy, y'all.
Okay, and it's Carl and his ex-girlfriend's cat named Princess Donut.
Chonk.
Who go into this dungeon. And the series takes off from there as far as like different levels, and the audiobooks are like the best audiobooks I've ever listened to.
You have to do the audiobooks, because the audiobook just totally brings it all to life.
You feel like you're there watching the show. It's fantastic. I've only read the first 2 books. My little sister has read the first 3 that I know of, and you are up to book 6.
I'm I'm thinking about starting book 7 this week.
And book 8 comes out in a couple of months.
Yeah.
So, and this is something that so many people that we watch got into last year, and then all of a sudden they're consuming the entire series like in one go. Like they're just
boom, boom,
cannot
boom,
put
boom,
them
boom.
down. And so we're like, okay, well maybe we'll give it a try. I'm so glad we did. But yeah, that's like a brand new favorite. It puts you in such a good mood. I love Princess Donut. She is hysterical.
Princess Donut, yeah, she's funny. But I love all of these and can't wait for the next one to come out. So
love it.
All right, I think that brings us to the favorite one of the year.
My favorite, yeah.
This is actually my favorite of the year too.
Is it?
But I did not have the same reaction at the end that someone else did.
It is Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, my favorite author, the author responsible for my love of books and my adulthood. So this is her latest release. We have not gotten a release from her since Carrie Soto is Back, which was, I think, released in 2022. So it had been like 2.5 years since we got a book from her, and she spent so much time on this book and the research, and we even went and saw her in person.
Mm-hmm.
I think we took you guys along with us then.
Yeah.
So we were still vlogging and, putting up videos at that time. So you're aware that we went to this event, that it is signed, and oh my gosh.
And you know that she bawled like a baby. I mean, loud. At the end.
I was in tears, and the very last page, I what did I call it? I don't think I've ever, not sobbed, but gasped. There's some sort of word that I was like, I don't think I've ever done that before, because the very last page turned everything around, put everything on its head, everything that you thought you knew, and it was a happy shock, but I was crying, and that made me cry even harder.
Oh, she cried so hard.
I did. This is the hardest I've ever cried in a book. With the exception of One True Loves by the same author. That book had me boohoo sobbing, could not see the page because of the tears. But this is a story set in 1980s of the first women to be included in the NASA's space program. And we're following this group of people that do contain women who are finally invited. And we basically watch them go through this training program, form this found family, and spurts throughout, you're in the future in 1984, I think 1985 is the present day of this book, and a group of them are up in space, a group of them are on the ground, and something tragic is happening. So as you're learning the backstory, you're seeing what's happening in present day and knowing that this is where everything's going to lead up to. It was so good. Taylor Jenkins Reid can do no wrong in my eyes. I will not take any comments on that. She is perfect in every way. And this book, by far, is my favorite of 2025.
I enjoyed it a lot. I gave it 5 stars. I did like it, y'all. I just don't bawl like a baby.
Hey, some of us have hearts.
I have one. It's just frozen, apparently.
So then I do have some other books that I want to give an honorable mention to. Some of my favorites. I didn't quite make my top 5. One is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. This is essentially Gilmore Girls if Luke was Lorelai and Lorelai was Luke. Because
Enough said.
In the book, she's the grumpy one. He's the one that everyone loves in town. He runs a bakery. He has 2 children, but this is essentially the closest I have seen Gilmore Girls in a book, even though several books claim to be for Gilmore Girl fans. No, this is more true to Gilmore Girls than anything else that I've ever read, so love that.
Okay.
Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson.
Not dead yet!
This is her adult debut, so she is the same author as A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which one of my top favorite series of all time. Absolutely love that trilogy. So her coming out
This was pretty funny. I mean, the premise of it is, to me, funny.
Okay, well, it's not supposed to be funny. It's a thriller. It's an adult thriller. We're following this girl. If you want to read this, I would suggest in the fall, specifically around Halloween time. But we're following this this girl in her early to mid 20s, and she is on Halloween. She goes to her parents' house, going to check the mail. She gets hit from behind, and next thing you know, she's waking up in the hospital. She's like, "Oh, I survived. If someone attacked me, blah blah blah." she ends up with an aneurysm that is going to rupture in 7 days. She could have the surgery to, there's a higher risk of surgery than she would like. So she's like, you know what? If I'm going to be dead in a week, I'm going to spend this next week trying to find out who tried to kill me. So
to me, that part is the funny part to me. I'm going to figure out my own murder
before she dies.
Yeah.
It is very interesting. I really enjoyed it. The audiobook was a little hard to listen to because of the main narrator's voice. Didn't really care for her voice, but the story itself was so good. I really enjoy this author, and I think this was a pretty good release of an adult debut since she's only written YA up until this point. So, really enjoyed that one. And then the last one I want to mention is Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me. This is one of my favorite authors. She's up there with Taylor Jenkins Reid for me. Her latest release got a lot of mixed ratings. We saw a lot of people loving and hating this book. For me, I loved it. It does deal with some heavy topics, dementia, which is very hard to read for people. If that's triggering, just know that. But it's basically a romance where these two people go on a first date, have the absolute best time, and the very next day, our female character is actually moving out of state to go care for her mom, who has dementia. And so there's long distance at play. There's really nothing stopping them from being together other than being, having to live far away from each other. But I really love this couple. I love that they're there to support each other. Even though she's adamant not wanting to be in a relationship, he's like, you know what? I haven't felt this with anyone. I'm going to try to make this work as best as I can. And it was just really beautiful, and I loved it. And he's a vet. This is the one
with the cat butthole.
I think so.
The cat that doesn't have a butthole.
Yeah.
But y'all know this one of them love books. I didn't read it.
Yeah. I love it. Oh, it's so good. So good. So those were a few of our top favorite books from 2025. Leave a comment down below. Let us know if you've read any of these books, if you want to pick up any of these books because they're some of our favorites, or let us know what your favorite book or books were, because we might use them as recommendations ourselves.
Do you cry like a baby?
Anyways, that's it for us today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.